Mrnodstudios, and welcome back to Let's Play Dwarf Fortress Masterwork. So if you remember in the last episode, I know we didn't get too much done after we embarked, and I wasn't able to record an episode of this sooner. I really apologize for that. I wanted to get up another episode as soon as possible. So it looks like I removed those stairs there, and these guys are beginning to dig the rest of the downward stairs as well. Do we have enough wood is the question. So I want to build a floor, not a wall. I want to build a floor here. And I want to go ahead... Ooh, we don't have enough wood. That's a problem. Let's designate all this stuff to be chopped down. Let's designate our herblores to go ahead and do that. Bajoogly. So we'll have more stuff, more foods harvested. I'm going to go ahead and tell them to dig all this. It really shouldn't be a problem. And even if that little pond floods out, usually they don't flood out though when it's above them. But when it's on the same level, it will flood out. But when it is above them, it shouldn't flood out. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell these guys regardless to dig over that. Oh boy, what did I do here? I think I messed this one up. Oh, no, wait. I see what I was doing here. Okie dokie, that's what I was doing there. Okay. Yeah, like that. There we go. And that'll secure the border there. Now, this first plot, and I told you why. I don't know if I told you. Did I tell you? Oh, I don't remember. But the reason I like doing these rows, especially in the beginning, later on we'll get to huge big fields. Trust me, we will. But in the beginning, I really like just having these 1 by 10 farming plots. And that is because, you know, it doesn't spam me with insufficient amount of seeds. As you see, I have my seeds right next to the farm, so it should never be a problem. So in this first one, I'm going to plant pump helmets. I don't actually remember how many I embarked with. Spawns, plump helmet. I spawned it with 20, so I'll assign 2 of those. And I'll do a lot of green lichens, as well as shadow leaves. I usually always bring a lot of shadow leaves, since they're so cheap, and they're a really good source of food, so... I always take those. And I believe you can make wine out of both shadow leaf and plump helmets. Oops, I do not want that there. Let's remove that stairway there. This is going to be a little bit messed up here. This little area right here, since I decided to do it right on a freaking reservoir, or a little small stagnant pool. I don't know why I decided to do that, but yeah, it's gonna be a little bit weird there. Oh, what's going on? Forest spiders no longer engaged. Is someone fighting? He's fighting the stray muskox. Where is that happening at? Oh, the muskox killed it. Good job, you. Wow. Good job, mister. I might actually want to keep these muskox alive. It all depends on my food situation and how well that's going down. Also, another thing that I want to go ahead and plop down on this floor actually is a, oh, what is it? A butcher shop. Yes. Butcher shop. Righty here. Alrighty, we'll place that down. Make it out of wood. And I want to cover this up as soon as possible because I know I'm going to forget later on. And then I'm going to end up getting invaded. And it's not going to be pretty. It's not at all. So I want to make sure that I cover this little area up here. Now, I believe I can make downward stairways. Yes. Downward stairways. There we go. And then I'll have him chop a little bit more wood. We only have 1 lumberjack now, but we should be getting a migrant wave relatively soon. I'm going to go ahead, and if you use the plus and minus keys on your numpad, you can increase and decrease the speed of your game. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I have a bunch of wooden furniture made, and those are just going to be the few starter houses that I do. It looks like 3s and 2s, okay. That should be too deep for my dwarves. I want to dig relatively deep, so that way I'm going to be in stone. I usually make my first areas made out of stone. I usually always do that. Oh boy, how is this gonna work? Okay, we need to do something here. Hold that up for a second. We need to go ahead and what I'm gonna do is channel out this area around the stairway. And let's see what that does. Because my whole objective here is to kind of spread this out. This is going to look a little bit weird. I might make this into a second floor farms. And when I hit the caverns, moss will actually grow in here. So I might make this into a huge place for all my livestock. So an underground storage area for livestock. Oh crap. We're going to run out of drinks relatively soon. Which is why I want to go ahead and get this made. So I'm going to have them channel that out. And that should spread it out far enough for everything to go ahead and... for everything to evaporate. Because I honestly don't want this crap here. So hopefully that should get that all evaporated. And you know, one thing... Oh, did we get extra guys? Oh no, we didn't. So, someone requested a character. And they actually wanted a military dwarf. So, I am going to get you your character. Keep that in mind. I am going to get you your character. Just... Oh god, who is that lady? Who is that lady? I am gonna get you a character. It's just going to happen when I actually set up my military, and then I will assign you your character at that time. Okay, let's see. Wood log, downstairs. Okay, there we go. And that covers all that. And it should look like normal. I'm going to build a tower over this. And I've actually got to get that down pretty quickly. So once I get like 20 guys, I'm going to assign a ton of masonry work to be done. I'm going to assign a ton of masonry jobs to people. And go ahead and build a stone tower around this. Okay, now we have our second place built. And I'm going to make this... shadow leaf bushes, and then this, excuse me, this one is, oh god, excuse me again, this one is going to be green lichens, I like lichens better. This one is also going to be green lichens, because I brought a ton of green lichen spawns. Let's see, what else did I bring? Prickleberry, no. Sweet pods, I can do another row of shadow leaves is what I'm going to do. I'm going to need to make more plots because this is definitely not going to be sufficient enough to supply our fort with food. So I'm going to go ahead and make a few plots over here. Alrighty, so we'll have 3 more plots. And my farmers are going to get pretty overwhelmed with that job as it is. But we should be getting a migrant wave relatively soon. And it looks like, yeah, this is all going to dry out. I just have to wait until this all dries out or else it'll pool up in one big area. It'll just become more of a pain in the butt. So I have to wait until that actually dries to go ahead and start digging down again. Which kind of sucks for me because I really want to start getting stuff dug into. And I'm just assigning everything pretty much in this bottom right area to be harvested. Herblore is definitely going to bring in a ton of plant food for the fortress, especially in these early days. It's always going to bring in a lot of food, but later on my farms will really take off. It's just going to become a huge money industry as well. Alrighty. So that should be dried out. Yup, it's already starting to be dried out. I probably shouldn't have dug right on top of a stagnant pool. It was quite a dumb idea. I'm going to go ahead and make a makeshift bridge. Okay, I don't even have enough wood for that. I gotta let my carpenter chop up some more wood. But once I get that done, I want to make a temporary bridge across here. Across there. So that way I can get to the other side and harvest the stuff over there. Ooh, what are these? Coyotes! A medium-sized dog-like creature. It is sly and groups can be heard howling in the night. He is gigantic. His hair is mottled gray and brown. His skin is dark tan. His eyes are tan. So we have a pack of coyotes. I don't know if those are hostile towards my dwarves. Usually most of the animals, especially in these wooded areas, usually just kind of mind their own business type of thing. They don't really attack your dwarves, which I like. Sometimes they'll attack your animals, though, which I don't like. But sometimes they will. So I'm just deciding a few more shadow leaf places over here. And then, green lichens. And what I like about all 4 of those crops that I embarked with is you can plant them year-round. Oh, darn. Why did I do that there? That's awfully weird. Alrighty. We should be able to dig down. Oh, excuse me. We should be good to dig down now. Yeah, it's not pulling up in one big area now. Goody, goody, goody. And then down here, I'm gonna actually want to make this one deeper. And then what I usually end up doing is... Oh yeah, listen to this rockin' music. This is why I love Sound Sense. Like, it gives you awesome freaking music. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of make like a cross type of thing going out in all 4 directions. And this is usually how I organize my fort. This is just the first level of it. And then over here I'm going to have my workshop area. So these go out 3 and they're 3 wide. I'm going to put the little workshops inside of there. Now obviously these aren't big enough for any of the bigger workshops. I'll put those on the side and on the inside of this. What the heck am I even listening to right now? That's what I would like to know. I want a huge workspace area. Like something like that should be good. And then I'm going to have a hallway coming off this way. And there's going to be bedrooms and such coming off of up here. Now, I usually don't plan... Okay, that's good enough right there. I usually don't plan a whole floor at once. So, you'll see me dig at this piece by piece. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is actually cut off these limbs that I don't need, as you can see. We'll get to digging those rooms later, but primarily, I just want to get the workshop area set up, so that way I can get the foundation for all that. So, usually... if I am going to plan something, I'll do something like this, where I'll cut it off, and then actually, you know, attach it back on. So, over here, I'm most likely going to end up building a little dining hall type of thing. That's definitely not big enough for a dining hall. Oops. It could be a little bit bigger than that. I'm gonna make it quite bigger than that. Okay, this is gonna take, I don't even know if... I don't think dining rooms can get that big, so... we're gonna leave it like this, because dining rooms only have a certain area that they can be assigned up to, and if you make the room too large, you have to divide it into 2 dining rooms. And I don't want that to be the case here. Let's see. How do I want to do the doorways? Because I don't want to have this, because that's going to be so many doors I'm going to have to make. So how many is that? 5? So I'll add another there, and then I'll do 5 from this side. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then we'll do the same for this side. This is the best part of this game by far, is being able to design your fortress however you want it to be designed. And that's really the beauty of Dwarf Fortress. You know, there's so many customization options. It's just amazing what you can accomplish in this game. I really love it. Alrighty, so what was that? Just one off? Yes, it was. That's 6 area there. Okay, so that'll take them actually a really long time to dig out. So we'll end up assigning that later, once they have all of this stuff dug out. We've struck amethyst. Now, do we have actually a place? I don't think we have a stockpile assigned to gems. Oh, no, we do. It's just a very small one. So usually I want stockpiles assigned to gems, and I'm not sure if hold on. Can you set it to finished gems? Yes. Okay, so I want to actually forbid these, and these are going to be my finalized cut gems, and then by my workshop I'm going to have uncut gems, just so that way the workshop has, the person who's running the jeweler's workshop will have easy access to all the uncut gems, and he'll just be able to access them right there. So what I'll probably end up doing is below this, I'm gonna have a storage area down there. Okay. And then we need an upward stairway going to both of these. Oh, excuse me. And then a stockpile, a little stockpile area is gonna be down here just for convenience sake. I don't want to make this too big to begin with. Just a little modest area. Alrighty. Excuse me. That should be good starting off. And it's just going to be gem stockpile. There'll be a stockpile of wood, a stockpile of stone. Alrighty. So that's going to take them quite a while to dig that out. I'll be back if something interesting happens. Alrighty, I just thought I might bring this to your attention. Fairy here is actually a legendary miner. So it looks like already we've got a legendary miner. This is amazing. And look at how fast he digs. Oh yeah. So we've got our first legendary miner. Whoopee! Alrighty guys, I think for right now, I'm just gonna make this. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna save those muskox and breed them and kind of do like a slaughterhouse type thing with them. So right now, to ensure that they stay alive, I'm going to assign them to this pasture, and somebody will, some dwarf will take them over here and bring them into the pasture, and they should eat the shrubs and food and foliage around to stay alive. As you see, he's already dragging them over here. And they should eat that kind of stuff to kind of stay alive, because I do want to keep those guys alive, and I only want to slaughter them if I have to. Now, you see that my drink is getting really low, but I did bring buckets, so if worse does come to worse, you know, these guys are digging out the basement storage areas. So, second of all, what I'm going to do right now is assign another area. And I'm doing this with I. And these are a bunch of activity areas that you can set. Like a hospital, training areas, meeting areas. If you don't have a dining room. By default, dining rooms are meeting areas. And that is the #1 priority meeting area that they will always go to. So, and you can set areas for digging sand, areas for digging clay, dirt, and peat. You can also set pen and pastures, which is what I did. Garbages and fishing areas. I tend to not set up fishing areas, but set up the water source right there, so that way they'll go there, and they won't go to one of these stagnant pools, because I'm pretty sure with the update, or with the mod that's in here, they will get sick. They will get a fever if they drink from stagnant pools. So we definitely don't want that. Now, another thing that I want to do is I want to move these channels. I want to remove these completely. Just completely get these out of here. because I am going to end up turning this into like a huge, huge room. So we'll go ahead and get rid of those. Alrighty, I'll be back if I decide to make any more changes or if anything interesting happens. Alrighty, we have just received our first migrant wave. Whoopee! Alrighty, so let's see who we get. Let's see how many we get. Most of these guys are probably going to be masons for the time being, just so I can get that tower up. So a lot of these guys are going to end up being masons. Ooh, is that a, did I just see? Who is that? Is that a genie? It's a genie! A mythical being that lives in a magic lamp. It might fulfill your wishes and create matter out of nothing. Make sure that it has access to a nest box to leave the gifts. And it's a she, and she's gigantic. So I guess they're kind of like chickens and they lay their eggs. Genies don't lay eggs. Who am I kidding? And they lay their stuff in nest box. And I think I did embark with I don't think it was nest boxes, but it did embark with hives. So if I want to go ahead and place those down right now. Where can I actually do that? I'll do it right up here. And we'll set one of those to not be split and one of those to be split. So we're getting a bunch of migrants in. We've got a dwarf peasant. Let's see. She's flimsy. Weak. So we have a milker. Okay, so I'm going to actually pull up Dwarf Therapist really quickly. And I'll be right back. Alrighty, so right here is what you're seeing right now is Dwarf Therapist. So anytime I get a new migrant wave, I'm pretty much going to be using this. And you can actually group these by, where is it? Migrant wave, which is what I'm going to do. And it's the year 126.6. So we got 3 males, 3 females. Alrighty, so let's see what these guys are actually good at. We've got a wood crafter, stone crafting, cooking. He's dabbling in cooking. Okay, so he's just a dabbler of all this stuff. Is he actually decent at anything? Let's see. What is this guy? We have a fisher, it looks like. 3 fishers, it looks like. What is this guy? Bone carving. This will basically just give you an easier access to all their skills. Well, he's a good milker. So we pretty much have a group of farmers who are pretty much unskilled at everything. But that'll change in time. Now, what I prefer to do this in-game. I know a lot of people don't like to do that. But I prefer to do this in-game. What I want to do is go into all these guys and assign individual tasks to them. Bone carver. He's a hunter as well. Actually, maybe it'd be easier to do it with Dwarf Therapist. I usually don't do it with Dwarf Therapist, though. So these, I guess when they're blue, when they're blue, they're assigned to that job. So I actually want to assign a couple of these guys to masonry. So masonry is right here. And then I want to assign them to engraving. Everyone here to engraving. Alrighty. And then I think over here you just... Oh boy, it's been such a long time. Commit changes. So there we go. It should have changed all those. That's all I'm really going to do with that. Let's see. Actually, with the milker, I want to give him farming and brewing as well as herbalism. So that way he can get a couple of jobs done. I don't want any idlers. Wrath. Let's see. What is he? Maybe I'll make him a brewer and herbalist as well. I prefer to do it in-game. And I know therapist, a lot of you like to use therapist. I personally just like to do it from in-game. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. So down here we have quite a few things built out. So we quickly need to go ahead and get into production of drinks. Because drinks are a very important part of dwarven life. Now, if dwarves don't have drinks, And I don't mean just any drinks. They need alcohol. They need straight up alcohol. And if you don't have that for them, they're going to get pretty pissed off. So we're going to build a Crafts Dwarfs workshop as well as a distillery. Now, at the Crafts Dwarfs, that is where we are going to be making the pots that will actually store all of the stuff that we brew. And it looks like a horse is fighting. Did we get a horse? Is it a stray horse? Oh, wow! So it looks like we've actually got a hunter here. He's a novice Marksdwarf. So our bone carver is actually doing a little bit of a hunting. Now, what did he bring with him? He's got iron. He's got javelins is what he's got with him. So he's going to go ahead and beat the crap out of that thing. And then we do have a butcher shop. So he will be able to butcher that, thankfully. Oh, that's great. So we've already got someone hunting. And we're going to need another workshop for that. So, another thing. Right now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and assign another zoom key. Now, these are basically quick access keys that you can assign with H, Shift H, and you can assign where you want it to zoom in. So, you know, you can have various levels of your fort, and say you want to monitor them, or, you know, one of them's a really main area. You have a couple of main areas of your fort, and you want to monitor those. So you would assign them to those hotkeys, and I really like that. So let's go ahead and make rock pots, and we're going to put that on repeat. Now, that's another reason why I made a bunch of guys masons, is to do that. And then distillery, we're gonna go ahead and have them. Oh, I don't think they actually have. I don't think they actually have containers yet. So let that guy do his 1-2 thing. We'll get a tanner shop down here. Another thing that we could do is a kitchen. We'll be able to process. Oh yes, a fishery, because we do have 2 fishers in, or 3 fishers, I believe it was. So we'll get a fishery. Alrighty. And then we can go ahead and disassemble the carpenter's workshop, because we're going to build that down here. Alrighty. So right here we'll assign a gem area. Over here we'll assign... Oops. We'll assign a stone area. Oops. I don't want that on the stairs. Okay. There we go. So that'll basically be easy access for them. Although, you know, these stones are laying around, so they'll use those up first. So there we go. We have the fishery, which will allow us to prepare raw fish. And, you know, deem the fish edible. Alright, there we go. We can start brewing, because the guy has made the pot. And we will get on production right away. So as you can see, even with legendary miners, iron picks, and iron picks, it really doesn't go that fast. So it does take quite the amount of time to, you know, get these guys to mine out an area. If they are strong, later on we are going to be building workbenches, or weight benches, as you can see on the bottom there. It's the X key. In the middle of the page, the weight benches. Now, if you set those on repeat, dwarves who are just standing around idle, who don't have jobs, will go ahead and exercise, and they'll get unbelievably strong. So that you always want to have a couple of those laying around, especially later on in the game. It'll make your dwarves really strong, and it'll definitely help out. So what I just placed down as a mason's workshop, we need that to make thrones and tables for the dining room over here. So someone's going to be assembling both of those. We ran out of pots already. Oh, excuse me. Alrighty, so I already, right off the bat, want to get started making thrones and tables for our dining room. We're also going to need to make a ton of tables for the dining room. Let's see, what else can we place down? What else do we really need? We need a second craft workshop. And that'll be to craft things like hives, nest boxes, arrows, ammunition. We can make bone armor, which is actually, it's not too bad. I mean, if I don't have any metal, I'm obviously going to make that. It's actually, it's really bad, actually, but... Oh boy. It can be actually pretty badass if you get them masterpieced. Alrighty. So everybody's busy. Everybody usually always is busy. Later on in the game, once you get about 5 years into the game, you usually have like 30 idlers at 100 dwarves. Or at least I do. I mean, you can, people really knock it down, and you can get it to be like 5. You just have to have a ton of crap for them to do. We're gonna let that manufacture a little bit of that. Let's actually dig out another area up here. I want to dig out another area up here for storage, furniture storage. Furniture and goods storage, actually. Whatever, I'll dig over that. I don't give a crap. Alrighty, and he'll get digging on that. Yeah, I mean, listen to this music. I love Sound Sense. It gives you such amazing music. And then when they're done with that, I'll go ahead and undo that. Actually, I want them to finish everything else. So I'll keep that kind of out of sight, out of mind type of thing. Autumn has come! So another thing that we have to do, and I'm going to actually put this down here for now. I'm going to move it. Oh, it's not out of soap. This is our trade depot, and, you know, pretty much self-explanatory name. You know, caravans will come from all different types of civilizations, and they'll come into the trade depot, and we can put our items in there, and then we can do a little bit of bartering, exchange items, and hopefully they have what we want, and hopefully we have what they want. And then at the end of all that, you can ask them what you would like to receive in the next shipment. So, although you do have to do that, you do have to request everything every year, so. Ooh, we have our first piece of leather. Oh, it's a shell. Okay, so I guess we call it like a shellfish or something like that. A steel hand trout. Alrighty. So, our fort is actually going quite well right now, and I'm going to go ahead and set the distillery to brew. And you can select specific things to brew, but we're just going to put them on a general brew, make whatever the heck you can type of thing. Over here, we can make round shields, which I am going to eventually make. Now, if you get a really legendary grandmaster carpenter and you make round shields, you can actually get that masterpiece, and they'll be freaking as strong as the finest steel shield. So quality definitely does matter a lot in this game. So our bone carver does have a javelin thrower, so we are going to make him some javelins, as well as rock. We are going to make a bunch of rock hives, so that way we can start on bee production. That'll make us honey. And honey is really, you know, you don't really have to do anything. You kind of sit it, you just let it sit there, and after a while, you'll just have a bunch of honey. I do believe you have to extract the honey once you harvest it. You have to put it into jugs, and then you have to process it with a farmer's workshop after that. But, you know, it's relatively effortless. So we're going to assign more tables to be made. Wow, we got those tables built pretty quickly. Now, with them, if I hit J and M, as you see here, these are all the jobs that people have to do. And in the middle, it shows the person assigned to do those jobs. Now, if I hit M, it'll go into a manager, and I can assign things to be made, so I don't have to go around to the individual workshop and assign them each individual thing that I want to build. But I can't actually do that until I have an office for my manager, and my manager is going to be the same person as my king. If I get a new king, I'm always going to assign King Matthias. I'll usually always just assign him back. Alrighty, so we have this whole area dug out. it is now time to start digging out the bedroom area. We can even branch off over on this side as well and start making some bedrooms on that side. 3x3 bedrooms are really ideal. Now, I used to make it so you'd have one doorway for 2 rooms, which is actually a pretty good design. And it saves a ton of stuff. Saves a ton of doors, actually, so. But I'm going to actually just do it this way. I like it a lot this way. It'll allow me to place coffers, which are chests, and I'm also going to place cupboards in everybody's room. And we're eventually going to get to smoothing everybody's rooms, but that won't be for a long time. And smoothing out a whole floor is definitely not a quick and easy job. We want to set a carpenter up to take more of that stuffs. We could go ahead and make another farm with shadow leaves, more plots. We'll make 2 more plots and assign those to shadow leaves. We should be able to kickstart our drinking production. Yeah, it's at 80. We should be good. Usually you can pull it off if you have like 20. Eventually we're going to need to make 2 distilleries, because 1 is just not going to be enough. That distillery is pretty much going to be running 24/7. Our distilleries will pretty much always be running 24/7. And now we can assign the first of rooms. And then I want to get an office area set up. I'm probably going to do it over here. Yeah, I'll do it over here. Just a small little office area for my king. So he could do his book work in there, assigning jobs and such. And then we'll make another office over here for our bookkeeper. We're going to need a ton of offices, by the way. Nobles usually want decent quality offices. And, you know, we'll have a couple of mediocre offices to assign to our regular dwarves, and that'll make them a bit happier. Dwarves are happier when they have more possessions and stuff like that. They're also happy when they see flowing water, although that's probably not going to happen. Now, if I figure out a way to make smoke, that makes them happy, I believe. There's like smoke clouds, and those make your dwarves happy. And if you have smoke kind of filling up a little part of your dining room, it can definitely increase the mood of your dwarves. Although you would have to, you know, kind of pump everything up into that room. But if I do find like a steam reservoir or something, I definitely want to put something like that into place. And then over here is probably where I'm going to make my king's bedroom. And it's going to be quite a humongous one. About that big. For one person. So it's going to be quite huge. All smoothed out. We'll smooth that out first. When we get to smoothing, we'll definitely smooth the nobles' places out first. So with walls, let's see how far I want to actually go. I think I might actually want to go 10 out. So right above that tree would be 10 out. And then we want to make that out of shale. Let's see where 10 out. Okay, right there. And I'm just designating the walls for my tower to be built because I want to have those up and running relatively quickly so that way there is 0 chance of an invasion coming in and wrecking everybody's bombs. Because that would be bad. Usually they'll send invaders in about 1.5 years. Now over here in this open area that I made, I want to assign a furniture storage area as well as a goods storage area. I could probably actually make the goods storage area a bit bigger. There we go. Now have any of our animals... Yes! Look at all those plum helmet spawns. Oh, they're all like female though. Okay, we'll end up slaying those when they become full grown. When they're spawns, you can slay them if you're really desperate for food, but currently we are. Actually, maybe I'll slaughter 2 of them. So if you hit enter, you can assign them to be available for pets. And if you hit B, you can assign them for slaughter. And we're going to actually do that. So it looks like the plump helmet's actually mated, and they had quite a bit of children, which I'm happy about. And I believe this is a female, he, she, yeah. So we have a male and female muskox. Oh, he's hunting a weasel! Ah. He's swimming across right there. Let's actually set up a makeshift bridge. A makeshift bridge at a schist. We'll later on replace that with an actual bridge. But just kind of as a crossing way so they can get across. And then we'll assign these as bedrooms. Alrighty, looking good, looking good. Not bad for a starter area. Cut out a few more bedrooms. And then I'll move on to my dining area and start carving that out. Oh boy, that's going to be a huge task. I'm going to actually cut these offices off and kind of just solo focus on that. And I'm going to also need to cut this off so that way they don't go ahead and dig over there. Alrighty, so we're actually going really great, folks. Once again, if you want your dwarf to be named in this Let's Play, please, please, please write me out a comment. I'm interested in giving everybody who wants one a dwarf. There's going to be about 150 dwarves I'm anticipating. And if you would like a specific job, please put that in there. I cannot guarantee it, but I will definitely try to get you a dwarf with the desired job. Once again, I can't guarantee it, but I will try very hard. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, make sure you click on the annotations above. You can see my version 40 adventure mode and testing videos up there as well. And visit the previous and upcoming episodes. So you have 2 more rooms dug out here. Go ahead and put the beds in there. Alrighty. Oh no, did we stop brewing? Do I need another brewer? Looks like he's on break for right now. Alrighty, so we'll assign these to actually, I'll do green lichens. Green lichens are fine. And then I'll do this one, plump helmets. Now, I'm pretty sure the way it works with all of these crops that I'm planting is you harvest it, and then once someone eats it, you'll get the, ooh, it looks like, hold on. It looks like someone, I just saw someone who is depressed. Yes, what are you depressed about, sir? Oh, he's a wrestler! He's undergone garrison training. This dwarf has learned the fundamental rules of war. Oh, wow, she's a girl. Okay, so we've got a girl fighter. I'm gonna actually assign this. Let me go look up what his name was. Oh boy. Let me seize. Let me seize. Hold on. Sorry for this right here. Gunny Viking. Alright, so I guess you're being a female. I think I spelled that right. Let me check. Yes, I did. So it looks like we have Gunny Viking. So let's see. What is she actually good at? Is my question. It says she's undergone wrestling training, but it doesn't show up that she has actual wrestling skill. But so she'll just tire slowly. I guess it's kind of like, maybe you just get a bonus when you're learning wrestling skills. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but it looks like we're going to end up making you actually a soldier if you're actually a designated wrestler and you've undergone previous training. So 53, you're in the prime of your life, pretty much. You rarely get sick, you're slow to heal, and quick to tire. So we've got, like, conflicting ends. The wrestling part says he's tiring slowly, or she's tiring slowly, and her personality says that she's quick to tire. But I wanted to actually, I got a little off topic there. I wanted to see what she was depressed about. Unhappy lately. She slept uneasily due to noise, and that's because we're digging out on the same level that our beds are on. The doors help suppress that noise a little bit, but when it's right outside of their houses, it really doesn't help. She's been caught in the rain. Oh, she's witnessed death. Have we lost someone? I don't think we have. Okay. I could check my pile over here. Maybe it was the death of an animal or something. Or maybe it was a death before she came to the fort. Because that can also happen as well. And I'll assign these 2 bedrooms up here. Alrighty. And then I want to make a few nest boxes. And we'll put those right up by the hives. Oops. Now I want to assign... Oh, they haven't even placed those down. So it doesn't look like I have someone assigned to beekeeping right now. Cancels hunt. I slaughtered those 2 plump helmet men. So we've got a bunch of shells. It looks like the shells are actually coming from fish. And I think we can make shell armor. I'll go ahead and check, but I think we can make shell armor, yeah. Once again, I'm not too sure how good those are. I assume they're about leather quality. Maybe they're just under leather, or they're the exact same thing as leather. Oh, yeah, also... Ooh, more migrants! Yay!
That didn't sound lecherous, did it?
I also love the voice acting on here. The voice sounds. They're fantastic. So, what I wanted to set up is... I don't have these workers currently, but I want to set up a leatherworks, a jeweler's, a metalsmith's forge, and then I wanted to set up a farmer's workshop, a kitchen, and then I want to set up the ovens and furnace. Alrighty. So this is usually how I end up designing my workshop area. I usually put everything on, you know, like one huge floor. The beds by the workshop area, so pretty much easy access right from their homes. All good, all good. So those probably won't be being built for a while. Won't be built for a while. That's alright, though. Perfectly fine. Ooh, what is that? Are those cougars? I think those might attack my dwarves. Ooh, they're being hunted. Wow, our hunter is scoring huge kills here. I think we actually need a kitchen, though. We actually need a kitchen to process that stuff. Alrighty. So what meals do, let me explain what meals do. What meals actually do is they take food and they kind of mash it into like one big food, and I think it's listed as other, and it makes the dwarves happier when they're eating it, but it costs a lot of food to make. So what I'm saying basically is if you had the regular food, then, you know, it would be a lot more than if you made it into easy meals. I'm not exactly sure how much food it takes to make them into that. I'm pretty sure, like, the easy meal is 3? I don't really recall the numbers. Don't hold me to that answer, because that is probably very wrong. So I want to make rock blocks, because those are essential in building a lot of workshops. And then I also want to assign doors to be built, and a few more beds. Wow, so this hunter is just racking up kills for us. And I'll actually cancel one of those doors and make a bin. Bins will store pretty much any item. Barrels only store food. So I usually end up making bins. I'm pretty sure bins can store food as well, but they can store, you know, anything from armor to finished goods, you know, everything pretty much. Alright, I already signed those. Ooh, we got an actual blacksmith here. Okay, so he's made the metalsmith's forge for us. We've got fishers, a suturer. So I might actually make that guy my chief medical dwarf here. Where is he? My suturer. Right there. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna assign him. Actually, no, I don't even need to assign him a name. You can assign 2 types of nicknames in this: occupational nicknames, you know, basically job nicknames, and assign regular nicknames. Alrighty. So we've got a 21 Dwarf Fortress now. So I'm going to probably end up making the floor of this tower out of wood. That's going to be a lot of wood. But I should be able to pull it off. Oh, that's not good. I need to patch that up immediately. Yeah, that's definitely not good. We need someone with architecture. Let me go into therapist. I know you can't see it, but I'm going to assign architecture really quickly. Let me see. Where is it on here? Architecture. Alrighty, there we go. I just assigned 3 dwarves to become... Ooh, we have our caravan from the mountain homes. I think this is actually a good place to end off. Although my trading depot isn't quite built, and I don't have anything to trade. That's usually how it ends up, especially with the first caravan. I usually end up not having anything to trade. Maybe we can pump out a couple of crafts to trade with them. We'll see what we can get done. This is an ideal place to stop it. If you guys like this Let's Play, you want to see it continue, please, please, please leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe. It really helps, and it really, really, really means a lot. And I mean that sincerely. If you like Dwarf Fortress, you want to see more, make sure you click on those annotations in the top left of the video. If you like this video, you want to see more of what I do, head to my channel, visit out my other stuff. If you want to go even more in depth of that, you have any questions for me, you have a game suggestion that you want me to play, you can contact me with either a YouTube comment or a Facebook comment, and my Facebook page is in the description. So once again, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. And I'm really, let me just say before I actually close this out, I'm really enjoying this. Dwarf Fortress is one of my favoriteest games, and I know I'm really bad at it, probably. I am not the best Dwarf Fortress player, and I'm open to help. I don't want to call it constructive criticism, because I fucking hate that word, but I'm open to help. So if if you see something that I'm probably doing wrong, feel free to yell at me. So once again, I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Mrnodstudios signing out. Bye-bye!